Welcome again to What is Going On in the UC, and today we're going to talk about the evil mind. Now, the first thing you want to understand about the evil mind is, as the old DP used to say, it is when the spiritual mind and the physical mind are united, centering on Satan. The good mind is when the spiritual mind and the physical mind are united, centering on God. What that also means is that the order of dominion, alright, of the spirit mind and the physical mind are reversed in the evil mind. In the good mind, the spirit mind is able to be in a dominant position within the collective mind, and the physical mind is in the object position. But in the evil mind, physical mind is actually in the subject position, and the spiritual mind is being subordinated. There are three types of examples I want to give you corresponding to three blessings. Let's say it's time for me to get out of bed, and I've got people expecting me to show up at a certain place, and I don't want to get out of bed. Well, my physical mind might say, you like rest, so rest. My spiritual mind might say, keep your word with these other human beings. Now, if I let my physical mind win, then fine. That means I'll just stay in the bed. But I'm starting to develop an evil mind when I interview my spiritual mind and create rationalizations. For example, I interview my spiritual mind and say, spiritual mind, why are you so uncomfortable with me staying in the bed later? And the spiritual mind says, because it shows that you don't care about the people whom you made promises to. You promised to show up today on time, and it shows that you don't care about those people. So you interview the spiritual mind, and then you come up with a rationalization to protect the physical mind. And plausibility is very important. It's got to sound like it makes sense. It's got to make sense to you, and you've got to believe that it makes sense to other people. And so you come up with something like, oh, my dog chewed up my socks, and then I had to go to Walmart to get a new bag of socks, and that's why I'm late. And you're thinking about that while you're lying in bed, and just as soon as you get a plausible excuse, right, you roll over and go back to sleep. Your body wins. Your spiritual mind loses, your body wins. In that situation, it's your physical mind who has subordinated your spiritual mind. Even interviewing the spiritual mind to find ways in which to sound good and continue to look good. By doing that, we have placed the individual purpose above the whole purpose. You know, groups of people would represent the whole, and a single person represents the individual, and we've placed the individual above the whole. So in that situation, if it's repeated again and again and again, we have a world of human activity where nobody wants to work together because everybody's burned by being disappointed by other people's decisions. Okay? Not a good world, not a good way to live. Second example I'd like to give, when people feel that they need stuff, or that their body needs stuff, then cooperative relationships become very important. In order to ensure that you have cooperative relationships, you kind of look at yourself and say, well, am I attractive enough to other people to keep other people around? You know you have to look good in the eyes of other people, even though in your private life you're not actually being good, but you're excessively interested in maintaining the appearance of looking good, manipulating people's way of thinking about you. This is also an extension of the evil mind into the realm of the second blessing. An example of this is, you were late and people were expecting you, and you tell everybody, man, the dog chewed up the socks. And most of the people start to buy it. One of your friends there actually lives across the street from you, and they can say, no, I was watching your house and you didn't come out the house until X time, and so no, that wasn't enough time for you to go to Walmart and then come here. You just woke up late. You just didn't care. That's the given situation. At that point, your evil mind doesn't want to be exposed. Your evil mind doesn't want to look bad. Then what your evil mind does is jeopardize the entire group. You want them to trust you and distrust that person. If they believe the next lie that you're about to spin, They will be trusting the distrustworthy person, yourself, and they will be distrusting the trustworthy person. So then you consult the spiritual mind. Spiritual mind, why does this feel so bad? Why shouldn't I embarrass this whistleblower? And the original mind says, because he's a good man. He's actually good for people. And so the evil mind says, yes, I have to look like a good man, and I have to look like a valued part of this group. Okay, a trustworthy, valued part of this group. So then you weave a way of looking valued and trustworthy while throwing the whistleblower under the bus. This is what you say in front of the whole group. And you start talking about the whistleblower, and you turn to the whistleblower and you say, hey, look, sometimes you're late, and maybe you want to feel like I'm in the boat with you, but, you know, really, I went to Walmart and I have no idea what you're talking about, and I think you should take your jealousy and your mudslinging someplace else, because, you know, our group really doesn't need that. The whistleblower, he's got nobody on his side. He's got no other witnesses, so you've actually cast doubt on him and firmed up your position in the entire exchange. The evil mind says, yes. This is an example of the evil mind exerting itself in a second blessing way. Third example is the evil mind exerting itself within a third blessing way. So let's just say you and your group formed a company, and you're getting a lot of, I don't know, donations or interest. People are buying your product or whatever. There's a certain amount of success there. But you know that you're selling a bad product, that the customer is not actually getting the best. And so when you have competition who's actually going to sell a more wholesome product that's actually better for the community or better for the consumer, what you do is you might get political at that point. You might say that the valley in which the rival factory is located is should be deemed a conservation site. You might say that they're using subpar materials. You might call your friends, this is called cronyism, you might call your friends on Capitol Hill, you might call your friends in the media. Even though they have wholesome results in their company, that doesn't matter. What matters is you're under threat. You have to weave a rationalization in order to do this. So you create this entire environmental scare, and you actually have to make the entire population of the city hyper-environmentalist in order to get what you want. You've turned everybody into this hyper-environmentalist. Why? Because you created this story, right? You generated this totally fictitious story so that it could sound plausible to remove that factory of your rival. So the evil mind just grows and grows and grows and does this kind of thing. Right now, we are in the midst of very evil times. You cannot even get the news media in the United States to tell the truth. You can't get a straight answer from politicians. You cannot get celebrities to admit that the effects that they have on our collective children are to be questioned at all. How do you recognize evil within yourself? Well, one thing that evil cannot do is evil cannot afford to give any respect to the original mind, because then it really starts to lose a grip. And the way you can see that is if one side in any conflict can verbally and publicly offer considerations and concessions, then you know that they are not running away from their original mind. If you have two sides that are able to offer considerations of the other side, they walk through the logic of their rival, and they're able to offer concessions, and you can feel that they're searching for places to offer concessions to the other side. Then you know that that person is not deathly afraid of their evil mind being discovered, because the evil mind does not want to be discovered at all. And the first person the evil mind does not want to be discovered in front of is the person himself. The evil mind actually hides its lies from the person who's weaving the lies. The evil mind actually finishes the whole lie weaving business by telling the liar that he's actually not even doing such a bad thing. So the evil mind hides itself from the person himself. So if a person is offering considerations and concessions, then that means that the evil mind doesn't have that strong a grip. Take the story in the Bible of Solomon with the two mothers. Both mothers are claiming that this one child is theirs. So Solomon says, well, let's cut the child in half. One of the mothers says, no, it's her child. Solomon realizes that that woman is the good woman. He can recognize her original mind, and he also can recognize that she actually loves the child. The other woman was going to push the issue and maybe even bring the child closer to actually being cut in half. So Solomon could recognize this woman is rigid, she can't offer concessions, and she's not living for the sake of the whole. So Solomon could realize that. So, so he says that the woman who offered the concession, that's really the child's mother. Anyway, hope this helps. Talk to you later. Bye.